Hey everyone, welcome back, Jojo.
Shruti, what's up, Joe?
We are on day 7 of this.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
A little tired,
Yeah,
but
honestly.
very, very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because,
this-
okay, in all honesty, you know how
Yeah.
long we've been recording for?
I know, 3 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Continuously. Correct.
Yeah. So without a
Yeah.
break, we've been at it for 3 hours for this EP and little fatigue. I said it, although I must say after the last track, little re-energizing happened. Gosh,
Correct.
totally. But what I forgot to say in that track was also I can just imagine the joy of the fans, because there are so many who followed the two of them for so long.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine. इतनी खुशी वो गोविंदा का सीन याद आ गया.
Itni khushi, yeah, to see them together.
मुझे
It's
आज
like,
तक नहीं. Insert that meme here. So, okay. That being said, we are on track 7 now. And oh my God, Faris Shafi, what? I know, how did this happen? This is surprising. When I saw that name in the spoilers, I was like,
Huh.
ye kaise hua? And now I'm seeing
What?
Umair on the beat. Umair, little, like,
Sin-
I'm saying, but
Yeah,
young,
a lot of
young
excitement
Umair on
happened.
the beat.
Yeah.
So,
And you know how when we started and the first reaction that we heard to and the first song, and we were like, okay, the first song is already so good. Where is it going to go? If you start like this, how do you end? I have to say very smartly, this is how with a cross-border collab is how you end.
yeah.
Like, it's too cool. It's
Yeah.
too cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because how you gonna up it a notch, like
Yeah,
surprise
yeah.
people that way.
Correct.
So hells yeah, I'm liking the credit list. Jashan-e-Hiphop. ये नाम भी बहुत ही like अब EP end कर रहे हैं तो Jashan-e-Hiphop से करते हैं.
हाँ.
ठीक है, let's get into
Yes.
it and then we'll talk. Faris and
Ready?
Umair. 1, 2, 3, play.
जश्न हिप हॉप का ये प्यार न्यूज की न माने इनके व्यूज ही बेकार बिना घूस के बीमार शहीद या शिकार दोनों बॉर्डर पार तभी शौक से शो ऑफ करे शौक है विचार बोले फिर करो वॉर.
Yeah.
I can't. 1 second. We have to hear it the start again. What the hell was that? I'm sorry.
I loved it.
I know, I loved it. I have to hear it again before we continue.
Okay. Yes.
1 second. What?
It is started very well.
I don't think I've ever done this. I've never stopped it like
I'm
this.
excited.
Okay. Start again.
Okay. Ready.
1, 2, 3, play.
जश्न हिप हॉप का ये प्यार न्यूज की न माने इनके व्यूज ही बेकार बिना घूस के बीमार शहीद या शिकार दोनों बॉर्डर पार तभी शौक से शो ऑफ करे शौक है विचार बोले फिर करो वॉर. इसको दो मार उसको दो मार सबको दो मार बन के गवार मुझे बोले तुझे वाले रब को दो मार इसी स्टूडियो से खड़ी करे खौफ की दीवार. चले चले घर से चलेंगे सीपीयू के पीछे बैठे डर के चलेंगे गाली देके खाली बुद्धि चर्चे चलेंगे पापा खर्चे भरेंगे नशे पर्चे चलेंगे बातें सर्जिकल सर में पड़ के फाड़ू नस में कस के जैसे कश के झटके लगे चस के हंस के बड़े ठस के कफ के थोड़ी बस में मस्ती है न समझेंगे असली गल.
ये है इबनिकल ये ना समझेंगे ये हैं सारे सिकलिकल टिकलिकर्स they be sucking on my middle fingers they be feeling just a little chicken ये चीखें हमारे जैसे chicken little मीठे पराठे जैसे in the kitchen ringing robot does with ambition मेरे चौके में कोटों तक ammunition इनकी सैलरी है single digit इनकी quality है बिल्कुल miss it they be smoking like a bunch of bitches. बेटा अब ना खासना I just changed my आसना और सुना had your girl with lasana सलाम सुना या नमस्कार सुना भाई खड़ा विरा भद्रासना आस्तीन के साम भुजंगासना में आप मेरे फैन है तो बात सुने प्लीज इनके रैप मुझे ना सुना.
Yo, Faris on the mic. Raftaar, you got this, man.
अरे कोई चक्कर ही नहीं फारिस भाई. I see you. Yeah, let's get him. दिल्ली के लौंडों को पसंद है घोड़ी लाहौर दी लिखी कविता टेगोर दी रूमी ने चूमी जवानी इबादत से सादत ने लिखी कहानी दी और दी से तूने बोर दी आगे दी शटा डी और दी चाचे दी चप्पल पे शोर दी गोरे भी लगते सिरी को ते मोटी सानू सियासत नहीं जोड़ दी बड़े मार सरहद पार बजे कलमकार टापे बिना तार करे बॉर्डर पार गुनेगार बार देती जने मार बाप के उधार पे न चले कार आपके सुधार के न जिम्मेदार हम लक पे न लिपटा है बम लक से न मिटते सितम लक से न मिले तुम्हें हम लग देनी थल्ले कसम लगते ही बल्ले पे रंग मारा 6 मारा 4 मारा जो मारा बार मारा झाड़ी में भर देंगे चाली के हाल वाला गाड़ी में बस्ता बिलाल 12 साल वाला देखा विटामिन डी फारिस है माल वाला मुंह खोल तेरा घुमा देंगे भूगोल डेल्टा 9 टेट्रा हाइड्रोकेनेबिनॉल मोलोटॉफ बच्चे लिरिकली नोनो कूल दिल्ली के लौंडों को पसंद है कुड़ी लाहौर दी लिखी कविता टेगोर दी रूमी ने चूमी जवानी इबादत से सादत ने लिखी कहानी दी और दी सिद्धू ने बोल दिया कि दी शर्ट डी और दी चाचे दी चप्पल पे शाल दी पूरे भी लगते सिरे को दी मोड़ दी सरो सियासत नी जोड़ दी
मैनू कयामत नहीं मोड़ दी मेरे पजामे में balls हैं salty दो put them in your mouth like oxycodone देनी है कि थाने जाके देनी है ये legendary flow है मेरा medically tested ethically pretty questionable don't get sentimental as a free little nibble मेरे पीछे बड़ी पिछल बैरी मेरी मैनेजर नु पूछे मेरे किन्ने वैरी 2 मरे 4 मरे 6 मरे हरामजादे एंड च उथे मरे 1000 12 100 इना चो एक भी नेड़े नहीं लगदा मैं एना उते हगदा भी नहीं चला हसदा मैं बैंक करा अपना मैं thank me तेरी मुका देंगे टैंकी get the mic take your nightly methadone timely वजदे ने फायर बिटर tell me who's next in line
जश्न हिप हॉप का ये प्यार न्यूज़ की न माने इनके व्यूज ही बेकार बिना घूस के बीमार शहीद या शिकार
As expected. How did we forget that Faris Shafi is known for this? This is the reason why always.
I'm laughing at myself. Oh, how did I not expect this?
Madhab, it took me 2 lines. I had also forgotten. And the moment he started, I was like, oh, and then 2 lines in, I was like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
like, this is quintessential Faris Shafi in the house. So I get used to it now. Oh man. And rightfully in the correct theme. Because ये पूरी EP, as we've been saying, कि रफ्तार ने हर गाने के अंदर ये जो वो वाली vibe on रखी है ना कि like clearly मुंह पे बोलेंगे जो बोलेंगे there's like uncensored stuff going on. पहले लिख दिया है कि explicit है सब कुछ मामला तो अब complain मत करो, you know?
Yeah. So we're just gonna ignore all that. Yeah.
Wow. Like,
can I just say Umair is my hero, like in this track especially. He is just what was
that beat
happening?
change,
What
that
was
beat
happening?
change, and that oh man,
What
this was
was
like
happening?
powerhouses colliding, power creating. That's what is
What?
happening.
What?
Don't go with what I'm saying. Emotion पे जाओ,
हाँ,
emotion पे.
I get it.
अभी जिस level पे है और ये गाना जो था, it was that only. It was like visually, I could just. It was very power packed. It was very entertaining. All those words which were cringe words. Truly, this was cringe. So वो जो cringe words आ रहे थे, I was just ignore, दूर से with a 10-mile pole, like ऐसा just ignore.
Yeah.
तो वो हो रहा था. लेकिन despite that, the flow changes, the flow itself, and the way it was, and lyrically, yes, what was being spoken and the words, but the way it was, it's very, very high level of skill. And despite the fact that most of the times with Faris Shafi, we go, lekin his skill level, like one can't deny it. He's extremely skilled, right? He's very, very good. And that just came across. And with Raftaar, like it was a perfect track to end it with.
Yeah.
Because he's been breaking the norm through all the songs. And then last Gana, he had to go fully out. It was amazing. I'm going to listen to it again.
It's like
and
this.
I will be. By next time I hear it, I'm already deaf ears to all the gali galoch and the obscenities, right? And the profanities. So by then, I'll be just listening to it for the enjoyment of the song and the flow shifts and just the skill level. It's amazing. Sorry, continue now.
No, I'm just, like I said, Umair is my hero for this particular track. I mean, what was happening with the music on this? I don't know. I had to literally hold my head at some moments. Like, I don't know if you saw, but I was just like, I can't. There's too much coming at me, which I'm unable to fathom in the moment. I have to stop and repeat. I have to listen again just to see what's happening here musically. It's so freaking layered and beautiful.
Yes.
So that kept happening through the track from start to finish. And what was that start? What was that start? It was like some go with that track.
So I thought it was Naino mein sapna sajna. Like it sounded like that, like really fast forwarded, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that was so good. And surprisingly,
please tell us what that was.
Yeah,
where you pulled that sample.
Or maybe he might not. If it is still like licensable, then he might not.
No, they will obviously clear everything before they release a project like this. But
Fair enough. Actually, that's true. Yeah.
but no, I would be very curious to know ये कहाँ से
Yeah.
कौन सा sample
Yeah.
था कहाँ से लिया. So that and funnily, just before we press play, I was like, is this gonna surprise us? I wonder, like all the other tracks.
Exactly.
And right.
And throughout all the other songs, like all 6 of the others, nowadays the sampling business has again got, har kuch saalon mein, once a decade, the sampling thing becomes very flared up. Like I've been noticing forever, ever since I've been alive, that every 10 years or so, if not 6 years, sampling like retro tracks comes into suddenly like a, ek wo lehar chalti hai, everybody starts doing it, then everybody gets too sick of it, then stops, then break hota hai, then wapas aata hai. Currently, right now, everywhere, all these, songs are again being sampled and being used. Surprisingly, none of the 6 songs had that. So, and I wasn't even thinking on those terms. And when suddenly this song had that, it just sounded so good and so different and so like perfect to include as one thing, in the collection of all the songs which were there on this EP. So which is fantastic.
Yeah,
Very
because
well done.
it's an important aspect of hip hop. But it just
Exactly.
the good part was it started with it, but it didn't
Continue.
continue
Yes.
or overshadow
Yes.
the rest of the production. Nothing.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit of us like वैसे garnish डाल दिया एक छोटा सा.
Yes. Sprinkling.
So that was
Yeah.
nice. And so Umair, first of all, he's really young. We know this, and he's working
Yeah.
with these two on a track. I mean, I don't know, but
Like when he said, yeah, suddenly
at
मेरे
a
कान
young
खड़े हो गए थे,
age,
नहीं, नहीं, उमेर
नहीं
है,
नहीं
उमेर
वो
है.
नहीं, yeah. I know. नहीं, फारिस था ना वो. Oh yeah, वो.
हाँ, हाँ, I
But
know.
but anyway, so that Raftaar, man. So this track, I felt like it can be divided into part 1 and part 2, because part 1 was completely different
Yeah.
in terms of how both of them went back and forth between their verses and their flows and the
Correct.
vibe
Yeah.
they kind of took and the shots they were taking and the way they were taking them. And then that sort of bridge thing happened in the middle, and then the second part was almost a completely different track, in its vibe,
Yes.
except the
Yes.
music kind of stayed the same but didn't, so it was like
Distinct.
ये जश्न
Yeah.
हिप हॉप ही हो रहा है, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, but like बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है जो भी हो रहा है. But and coming to the lyrics, Faris Shafi has always listen, it takes a very seasoned, thick-skinned ear, if that's a thing, to like digest Faris Shafi's lyrics. But I'm still not in that zone. So for me, okay, for me, no. So I was like, but there were portions of his verse which I love. Of course, his skill level is another degree. We can't comment on that. The best thing about him is that even people like me who might not enjoy his lyrics as much cannot deny his skill, cannot and also cannot deny the fact that he is unabashedly who he is, and that is always a good thing to see in the world. He doesn't care. He doesn't care whether you like or relate or
Correct.
prefer or whatever
Yeah.
his zone and his lyrics or his vibe. He's just gonna keep doing him, like
Yeah.
he's just being him.
And he so effortlessly changes
So-
between accents and, the way he did that whole,
Yeah.
the whole fake Indian accent, like in
Yeah.
the start. Yeah, what worldwide is considered Indian accent, but which it isn't. But anyway, like he did that whole fake Indian accent, and then he went
So
into
funny.
like one. It was so good. He's a very good performer, like an
Yeah.
excellent performer, I'd say. Yeah, very
He's got
entertaining.
that thing. Yeah. So that is nice to see in any human. Anyone who's
Yeah.
just being who they are without any like superficiality is just a nice thing to see. Raftar's verse was there were like layers of course there were shots being taken, but there was also deep things being said. So बहुत कुछ उसमें आ रहा था. Should I just quickly go over it?
Yeah.
Actually, no, let's not.
No?
Because
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's constantly going to be like beep, beep,
it'll
beep,
be, yeah.
whatever. No.
So I will go over this
mm.
offline. But it was like I really liked that bridge in the middle that they did. Yo Faris on the mic, Raftaar, you got this, man. Arey koi chakkar hi nahi Faris bhai. I see you. Yeah, let's get him. I like that whole bit. And then Dilli ke londo ko pasand hai, likhi Kavita Tagore, Rumi ne. Listen, very like कहाँ से लेके आए हैं इतने सारे रेफरेंसेस और एक ही उसमें भर दिए. सिद्धू ने एक दी शर्टा दी और दी. So there's Lahore, there's Peshawar, there's like so, and then the whole thing that it was in Punjabi, after the
Punjabi,
bridge.
English, and the like, mixing it up. Yeah,
It was such
correct.
a like nice tribute to the lands, to both the lands,
Correct.
and kind
Yeah.
of driving home the thought that we were the same people.
Yeah.
So which was really nice to see. And then I think, Faris Shafi, the one thing I have to admire is the words he pulls out. Like itne, and then the way he breaks it up, this, the
Yeah,
syllabic breakup of
he's
the
so
words
smooth with it.
is
Yeah.
so ethically really questionable, sentimental, and then ye, or फिर वो end में जो methadone time, whatever, like there's just
His
so much.
style is his only. Like, it's the way he goes, it's so distinct. Only he does it the
Only
way
he
he
does it.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very vintage Faris. So hells yeah. And I mean, across the border, if you look in the rappers wala scene, you'll see like the big names Ahu, Faris, Young Stunners, um, and some of the others. But nobody would have expected that Faris Shafi would feature on this EP
Yeah. Yeah.
at all.
Like, yeah. There's no way. Like,
I would
rest
have expected a
everyone
Young
knows.
Stunners maybe, but I would have never thought that
Mhm.
Faris will make an appearance. I don't know why. It just doesn't come top of mind.
And yet, with the way the EP was, Faris is the perfect fit for the kind of things they were talking
For the
about.
theme.
Like,
For
yeah,
taking
for the
people's
theme.
case.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
And it
Dude,
was
the funniest part was some of the shots. The way where did I laugh out loud? There was one place. कहाँ था? कहीं तो भी था. It was hilarious. Okay, anyway, whatever. I'll find it later. But बहुत ही mean और बहुत ही rude EP लेके आए हैं रफ्तार.
Baba, loved it.
I think
that dose
that's-
of rudeness is very important in our life, I think. And a lot of realism sometimes comes from there. Because if we are unable to take someone being rude to us, it actually is a very direct reflection, or not just to us, just generally. If we take everything too personally, it's a very direct reflection of the growth that's happening within us. So I kind of, and
That's
that like
actually
holds true for
interesting.
trolls. Yeah, it holds true for, so I think it's an excellent thing to just be, जो आपके
Say it
अंदर
as
है,
it is.
say it as is, but at the same time, not taking it personally. That distinction is very, very important to me. Like when people take it personally and then they lash out, वो pure lashing and complaining hai. Like when you're talking about things without taking personally, वो अलग बात होती है. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, also just to be real. And this is why I feel like, and I just want to say this because everyone gives the French a bad name. I don't know your personal experience with French people, but French people are just real. Like, they're not being rude.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they will say like, no, I don't like this. They won't be like sugar coated and all like, but maybe. Anyway, sorry, that just was a random thought that came to me. Like, just be real. It's
Just
okay.
the effect.
Sometimes you need to be rude, you know? Like just say
Yes.
things bluntly. And that's just what's happening here. Clearly, after not dropping a hip hop track for a long time, Raftaar had much on his mind.
Yeah.
And it's all come out. My God. Listen,
I'm waiting for Hard Drive Volume 2.
Listen, no.
आएगी क्या?
यही है toxic fans. यही है.
Excuse me,
ऐसे.
I'm willing to wait till 2 years
Okay,
also if
fine.
required.
So
There's a
add
difference.
that disclaimer. Huh?
So no, I don't need to. Who am I here to prove? मैं थोड़ा pressure डाल रही हूँ. This is what I mean by
Don't be
what
toxic.
I said earlier.
Don't be
Yes.
toxic. Don't be
Yeah.
over demanding. वो हमें ही feel होता है. तो rappers का तो पता ही क्या हो रहा होगा.
Correct.
So I mean, imagine we are doing this special 7-day special now because of pressure. Ask her how stressed I was. People were all like,
Yeah,
commenting,
that's true.
saying, what are you people doing? And angry emojis are coming, and it really like bothers me. Anyway, it shouldn't. I will
Yeah.
build those walls around me like Raftaar clearly did for a very long time. Anywho,
Very good.
all that
Us
aside,
go for it. Yeah.
beautiful project, है ना? Just closing
Yes.
thoughts are that I think, आत्मा प्रसन्न हुई, मुक्ति मिल गई, तृप्त
दिल
हो
बाग बाग हो
गए.
गया.
All the words. Yes. So I hope the audiences are happy. We are certainly happy. More than 3 hours have gone by since we started watching,
Yes.
here, listening to this. 3.5 hours.
3.5, yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Well worth every minute.
fully worth every
Yes.
minute of it. Yes.
Yeah.
Loved it. And we're not going to do the injustice of ranking the songs. They're all amazing. Loved
Amazing.
all of them. My
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
And individually can be looped, and full EP can be looped, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So I'm going to now end the session with a full like, guys, anything that released this past week, don't put pressure. It'll all happen. We'll get to it in our next session. For now,
Oh, I was about to say, एक second मैं तकिया लेके आ रही हूँ. Let's end this with like now just sleeping and being like, it was a fantastic EP. Had a blast listening to it, and yeah, I just hope like from tomorrow we go back to like normal other these things, but life will not be the same because now like
Yeah.
now we know that there is this EP that exists, Hard Drive Volume 1. So,
yeah. Raftaar's an OG for a reason, is all I gotta say as I
Yeah.
end this, है ना? So all the love in packed into one EP in terms of the features and the people on it with him. Lovely to see and hear. And thank you for the music. Thank you for the music. That's all. Chalo. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow. Live long and prosper.
Yeah, let's get him. Let's get him. दिल्ली के लौंडों को पसंद है घोड़ी लाहौर दिल्ली की कविता टेगोर दी रूमी ने चूमी जवानी इबादत से सादत ने लिखी कहानी थी और दी से तूने बोर दिया के दी शटा